Hello students, in this video we are going to see summary of Unit 3. So let's start. The first method is Thomson's method. This method is used to determine the specific charge, that is E by m of the electron, where E is a charge of electron and m is a mass of electron. The diagram consists of four important parts. The first is a discharge tube in which cathode and anode is present. After that, two electric plates through which the electric field is applied. By using these two strong magnets, magnetic field is applied. The electric field and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. And this is the screen. The electrons are emitted from the surface of cathode, and these electrons are travel towards the region between electric field and the magnetic field. When only magnetic field is applied, then because of the magnetic field, electrons are deflected in downward direction. If only electric field is applied, because of the electric field, the electrons are deflected in upward direction. When both the fields are simultaneously applied and these two fields are balanced, then electrons are travel in a straight direction. So in the presence of electric and magnetic field, the velocity of electron is E by B. When only magnetic field is applied, then because of the magnetic field, the centripetal force acts on the electron, and this centripetal force is balanced by magnetic field. So the equation is E by m is equal to V by Br. By using these two equations, we get E by m is equal to E by B square R. Numerical. In Thomson's experiment, a beam of electron traveling at 6.8 into 10 raised to 7 meter per second is bent into a circular path of radius 4 centimeter in a magnetic field of induction 10 raised to minus 2 Weber per meter square, normal to its path. Find the specific charge, that is E by m. In this numerical, velocity is given, that is 6.8 into 10 raised to 7 meter per second. The radius is also given, that is 4 centimeter. We have to convert this radius into in meter. So the radius is 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Magnetic induction is 10 raised to minus 2 Weber per meter square, and we have to calculate the value of E by m. The formula is E by m is equal to V by Br. By putting this value, we get the answer is E by m is equal to 1.7 into 10 raised to 11 coulomb per kg. Therefore, the specific charge or E by m is 1.7 into 10 raised to 11 coulomb per kg. The next method is Millikan's oil drop method. This method is used to measure the value of charge on a single electron. The diagram consists of a metallic chamber in which two parallel plates are used, in which one having a very small hole. The atomizer spread oil droplets, and these oil droplets are passed through the hole and travel in the region between the plate A and B. At that time, the gravitational force acts on these oil droplets, and this force is balanced by the resistive force. And this experiment is performed in the presence of electric field and in the absence of electric field, and the charge on the electron is calculated, and this charge is 1.602 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and this is the formula. Numerical. A charged oil drop is suspended in a uniform field of 30,000 volts per meter, so that it neither falls nor rises. Find the charge on the drop, given its mass as 9.75 into 10 raised to minus 15 kg. In this numerical, electric field intensity is given, that is 30,000 volts per meter. Mass is also given, that is 9.75 into 10 raised to minus 15 kg. Gravitational acceleration is 9.8 meter per second square, and we have to calculate the value of E. The formula is E into E is equal to mg. Therefore, E is equal to mg by capital E. By putting this value, we get the answer, that is 3.185 into 10 raised to minus 18 coulomb. This is the charge on the oil drop. Next article is Banbridge mass spectrograph. This mass spectrograph is used to find the number of isotopes present for the element. And this mass spectrograph is also used to calculate the unknown mass of particle. The diagram consists of three main parts. First is a velocity selector, in which electric and magnetic fields are perpendicular to each other. Next part is an analyzing chamber, in which the magnetic field is present, and this is the photographic plate. When the positive particle enter in velocity selector, then because of the electric field and magnetic field, the velocity of positive particle is E by B. So the positive particle which having this velocity will not be deflected while passing through the velocity selector and enter in analyzing chamber. In analyzing chamber, again magnetic field is present, and because of this magnetic field, the positive particles are travel in a circular path and falls on the photographic plate. And this circular path which having the radius r is equal to mv by b dash q. Next article is GM counter. A GM counter is an instrument which is used for detecting and measuring ionizing radiation. The diagram consists of metal tube. This metal tube acts as a cathode. The central wire which acts as an anode. The mica window is present at the end of the tube, and through which the ionizing particles can enter in this tube. This tube consists of a gaseous mixture of about 90% of argon gas and 10% of ethyl alcohol vapor. When the radioactive particles, that is radiations like beta, gamma particles are entered in this tube, then it ionizes the gas molecules like this. So the ionization takes place, positive ions and negative ions are separated. These positive ions are travel towards the cathode, and the negative ions means electrons are travel towards the anode. When electrons reach the anode, then it generates pulse, and this pulse is amplified by pulse amplifier, and amplified signal is given to a counter. The graph consists of applied voltage is along x-axis and the count rate is along y-axis. Up to certain voltage, that means up to 1000 volt, no ionization will be there, hence no count will be there. When the voltage is increases from 1000 volt to 1200 volt, the count rate and the voltage both are proportional to each other. When the voltage is increases from 1200 volt to 1500 volt, the count rate remains constant, and this region is known as a plateau region. This is important region in GM counter. The last part is quantum mechanics, matter waves. According to the scientist de Broglie, the matter has a dual nature, particle as well as wave. Sometimes it behaves as a particle and sometimes it behaves as a wave. And according to de Broglie hypothesis, the wavelength of matter wave is lambda is equal to h by p, where h is a Planck's constant and p is a momentum, and therefore it can be written as h upon mv. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. This is the most important part in quantum mechanics. According to Heisenberg, the product of uncertainty in position and uncertainty in momentum is greater than or equal to h cross, where h cross is equal to h upon 2 pi. If delta x represents the uncertainty in position and delta p represents uncertainty in momentum, then uncertainty in momentum into uncertainty in position is equal to h upon 2 pi. Because in quantum mechanics, if the position is certain, then momentum is uncertain. If the momentum is certain, then position is uncertain. And the application of Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is non-existence of electron in the nucleus. Schrodinger's wave equations. These wave equations determines the wave function of a given particle, and these equations helps in studying the structure of the atoms. There are two equations. One is depend on the time and another is independent on time. So the Schrodinger's time independent wave equation is del square psi plus 8 pi square m into e minus v psi by h square is equal to 0. If we put the value of h upon 2 pi is h cross, then we get del square psi plus 2m into e minus v psi by h cross square is equal to 0. The time dependent wave equation will be I h cross into dou psi by dou t is equal to v psi minus h cross square by 2m into del square psi, where psi is a wave function which is also known as wave displacement or wave amplitude. Capital E is a total energy and capital V is a potential energy. Numericals. The first numerical is calculate the wavelength of de Broglie wave associated with mass 2 kg moving with a speed of 10⁻³ meter per second. In this numerical, mass is given, that is 2 kg, velocity is given 10⁻³ meter per second, and the Planck's constant having the value is 6.62 into 10⁻⁻34 joule second, and we have to calculate the wavelength. The formula is lambda is equal to h upon p is equal to h by mv. Therefore, lambda is equal to, by putting this value, we get the answer 3.315 into 10⁻⁻37 meter. Therefore, the wavelength of de Broglie wave is 3.315 into 10⁻⁻37 meter. The second numerical is, an electron is confined in a potential well of width 10 nanometer. Calculate the minimum uncertainty in its velocity. In this numerical, delta x, that is uncertainty in position, is present, and which is 10 nanometer, and which is equal to 10 into 10⁻⁹ meter. And we have to calculate uncertainty in velocity, that is delta v. The formula is delta x into delta p is equal to h upon 2 pi, and this delta p is equal to m into delta v. Therefore, delta x into m into delta v is equal to h upon 2 pi. Therefore, delta v is equal to h upon 2 pi into m into delta x. Therefore, delta v, by putting this value, we get the answer is 11.5 into 10⁻³ meter per second. Therefore, the minimum uncertainty in its velocity is 11.5 into 10⁻³ meter per second. Thank you.